Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whiskey Daddy Review number 25. We are officially a quarter of the way to 100 episodes. And today we have a very special one, an American whiskey that I really enjoy. I'm going to talk about it. It is the Orphan Barrel Gifted Horse. Now, this is the first Orphan barrel I've had on the show. I typically don't really like a lot of their products, and I don't like a lot of the marketing that Diageo puts behind these whiskeys. This is another one that has kind of a bullshit marketing scheme, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, "As we were preparing our next Orphan barrel release, the unthinkable happened. We made a whopper of a mistake, emptying barrels of much younger whiskey into a batch of beautiful 17-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey." I promise you folks, that was no accident. This was definitely intentional. Blah, blah, blah. With the final balance roughly 39% 17-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and 61% 4-year-old corn whiskey and Indiana bourbon whiskey, this unusual blend has aromas of apple skins, almond, and toffee, tasty hints of creamy caramel, oak resin, and Bosque pear. Well, I don't get a lot of that in there, but I will say that price-wise and quality-wise, this is definitely one of their best products. You can generally get this bottle for about $50 to $55, and I think it's really, really good. So that's why it's on the show. All right, got a glass poured here. Now, I haven't put any water in this, and I had it sitting out for about 15 minutes. With this particular whiskey, a drop, just to open the nose up on it. It's at 115 proof, 57.5% alcohol, but it is fragile. It is super fragile. I don't know if it's the 17-year-old whiskey in there or what, but it drowns real easily. On the nose, beautiful brown sugar. A very young, bright whiskey on the nose, and then you smell that older, darker, more fousty whiskey in the background. I'm getting a little bit of that beautiful orange peel. Getting a few hints of cherry and a little bit of berry in there. Beautiful, crisp rye note, but it's not overpowering. I'm getting a little bit of that baked apple, not a ton of it. Definitely some cinnamon. And this is a whiskey that the timing has to be just right on it. If you leave it sitting out for too long, it completely loses the nose. And if you nose it too early, there's nothing there. I have some notes on this one as well, as I had taken some time with it because I found it to be pretty intriguing. If I can get them to open up. Notes say, brown sugar, leather, orange peel mixed with ripe cherries. The younger blend comes through and brings a beautiful rye note with hints of leather and polish. I'm definitely getting some of that now. On the palate. I love this whiskey. It arrives like a very young whiskey. Crisp, fresh apple. That rye note, the brown sugar. You get a little bit of burn in the mid-palate. And then on the finish, just loads of darker brown sugar, leather, still finishing, coats the mouth, real oily. Arrival, initially brown sugar and leather. And a sweet rye entrance. The development, you get orange peel, darker brown sugar, some oak tannins, but never too much. A few baking spices that are kind of faint and in the background. The finish, silky wood spice, medium long to long, traces of oak, subtle hints of cinnamon on the breath. That was in my notes. The nose is just, it's phenomenal. It's like equal parts of the young, vibrant whiskey and then that older bourbon whiskey. And of course, the younger whiskey was probably matured in like refurbished barrels or didn't meet some other standard to be called a bourbon. So as soon as they mix that with the bourbon, they can't call it bourbon either. They have to call it whiskey. Beautiful nose. And as it's getting older, it reminds me more of like walking to a tack shop, like a tack shop for horse saddles. Beautiful young, and then just rolls over. Lots of wood tannins coming here. Definitely some cinnamon on the finish. You get the idea. It's youthful, but it has some age. It has some roundness. I'm drinking this practically neat right here at 115 proof. It's not burning me down. It's not burning me down on the nose. I think it's just a well-rounded, well-blended whiskey. Good job, Diageo, even though you tried to fool us with some crappy marketing tricks like you always do. They did a very good job with this product. I think it's well-rounded. It's hard to describe the smell in it. It's so unique, and I like it. You guys should definitely give this one a shot. From everybody here at Whiskey Daddy, that being me only, cheers. Can't wait to see you next time. We're going to be bringing another Scotch whiskey. We're going to bring that 200th anniversary car chase to you. Can't wait. From Lafroig. We'll see you later. So good.